Hi, and welcome to Mindful Health with Maggie. I am your host, Maggie McCabe, and I am a mindful health coach, a mindset expert, and I help women reframe their high functioning anxiety in order to get their lives back. So, this episode, I wanted to talk about what it actually means to have high functioning anxiety and how it connects with mindfulness and mindful health, because often they don't they both have different understandings, and there is a powerful connection where you can create mindfulness in your life to help manage and reframe your high functioning anxiety. So if you're unfamiliar with high functioning anxiety, what it is that it's a form of anxiety, which of course comes in all different levels, severities, and forms. But high functioning anxiety is one that creates situations where, for instance, you have a hard time making decisions. So I like to call it decision paralysis. And this is where you have your options and things that you want to do, and you can't decide which one to do. And you have this mental argument going on, debating about which one you should do. And you physically and mentally cannot decide, so much so that it ends up creating this feeling of paralysis. And you freeze up and you don't do anything. So then by not doing anything, you're physically not doing anything, so you're just like sitting on the couch, but your mind is now still going through all of the things you're supposed to be doing, and you can't get yourself to do it. So now this creates a stronger feeling of anxiety and nervousness plus guilt, because you know you should be doing something, but you can't get yourself to do it. And it's this state of when you're not familiar, when you're not realizing what's going on, when you're not realizing that that's a sign of high functioning anxiety, it is so frustrating, and it can make you nervous. It can make you feel and think like something is wrong with you, when in fact, nothing is wrong with you. It's just that you haven't become aware of how your body and mind process things and makes decisions, and your high functioning anxiety, maybe you haven't pinned it down as that's something that's happening in you. So you don't know how to work with it. Another sign of high functioning anxiety is a feeling of overwhelm and over planning and over analyzing. And now most people get overwhelmed, a lot of people overanalyze and stuff. So it's not like 100% if you overanalyze, you have high functioning anxiety. But it is a prominent sign that you might. And the difference with just having a sense of overwhelm, what makes high functioning anxiety, overwhelm and over analyzing different, is that it stops you from taking action in your life. It stops you from doing the things you really actually want to do. And it leaves you living in a state of stress and guilt and disappointment and anxiety. So let's use a weight loss journey, for instance. So you have a nutrition plan that you're going to follow, and you plan. Now you plan everything out, from everything you're going to eat on every single day, your grocery shopping, all of the things that are happening. You have it all done, and you just keep planning. But now, because you keep planning, you start overthinking it. So now you start questioning it. And now you start analyzing all of the things that you planned. So now, because maybe you heard a new piece of information, so now you're second guessing yourself. And now you're questioning all of the things that you planned. And now you're over analyzing this. And this creates this sense of overwhelm, because now you're stuck, and now you don't know what to do or how to start, where you were all ready to go. And now you created this sense of unease and uncertainty, and you don't even want to begin. So now you stop. And now this pulls in the indecision, right? Because now you're not sure what to do. You're not sure how to start. So you freeze up again and you don't do anything. And this can go for other areas, not just weight loss. I'm just using that as an example. So a third sign is missing opportunities because of being too nervous to do new things or go new places. So someone tells you, oh, you really got to try this new spot. You'll really enjoy it. And you really want to go, but you don't have anybody to go with, and you've never gone there before. So you don't know what the place is like. You don't know the layout. You don't know what you're supposed to do when you walk in. You're not sure where to park. So you're too nervous to go. So you don't go. And this goes also for opportunities can be missed because your high functioning anxiety creates such a sense of unease over the unknown that you don't do the thing or go to the place. But by not doing this, and you really want to do it, you feel the desire to go and do these things, but you physically can't get yourself to do it. Here's the paralysis again. So now you create even stronger feelings of disappointment and regret and guilt and frustration because you're having this internal mental battle where you're like, but I want to do it. Oh, but I can't do it. But I want to do it, but I can't do it. And it's going on. It's exhausting. So you mentally exhaust yourself while also filling up with all of these low negative energy feelings because your high functioning anxiety is creating this sense of fear around things that could be really good for you. Okay, so those are three main signs that you may have high functioning anxiety and how they may show up to sabotage your efforts in doing things and kind of stealing opportunities from you. Now, where mindfulness comes in is the definition of mindfulness, to be mindful, is to be in the present moment. Be aware of the moment of now. Because now is all that exists. The future hasn't happened yet, and the past no longer exists. All we have is right now. So mindfulness and the practice of becoming mindful is about paying attention and becoming aware of your thoughts that you're having right now. What action are you doing, and what are you thinking about while you're doing it? So when you start to practice to come into the present moment and start to be very intentional with your thoughts, you build this, you don't build it, you gain this, your ability to make decisions and take action gets easier. That's where I was trying to go with this. So, again, for nutrition, you have this whole plan, you're ready to go, but then you're unsure and this and that. You don't know how to begin, so you're just not going to begin. There's all of this stuff going on. So a way to bring mindfulness into this is you start asking yourself, right? You have to become aware of the thoughts that you're having. So you're planning, you're getting overwhelmed. Okay, and you stop yourself. You say, I'm getting overwhelmed by this, and I'm having these negative feelings around it. Why? And ask yourself these questions. Okay, what's going on? What's the worst thing that could happen? What if I just did it this way? What would happen? What if I did it that way? What would happen? And while the more you start questioning it, the more you begin to realize how illogical and irrational your anxious thoughts really are. And you can begin to switch it. So you can always begin with just one thing at a time. You're like, okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to eat a healthy breakfast. And then when you approach the food, when it's time for it, see how you're feeling. Becoming more mindful is also about becoming very in tune with your body. It's about reconnecting your mind and your body because it all flows together. It's all connected. So you need food to survive. Food is fuel. Food is also meant to be enjoyed. So when you approach your first meal of the day or some meal of the day and check in with yourself, how are you feeling? What are you thinking about? Are you anxious over something? And you start to pay attention and you kind of change the switch, flip the script. So you become very intentional about what you're thinking about while you're making your food, eating the food, and you try to bring in positive, grateful thoughts and emotions and things like that. And this goes for everything else in the world of mindfulness. It's you, whatever it is that you're doing. You're taking a walk, you're playing with your kid, you're playing with the dog, you're at work. What are you thinking about while you're doing the action? That's mindfulness. Paying attention to what is right now. And then as you get deeper and more practice, it's about becoming aware, it's about being aware and being able to change, to go from low energy to high energy or even neutral energy, so that you have this good vibration going through you. You're paying attention to right now, which as a result will lessen the anxiety. Because the anxiety is fear of the future. It's fear of the unknown. So if you can pay attention to right now and start practicing that whatever happens in the future, happens in the future. I'm not in the future, I'm in right now. And you pay attention to the action at this moment, you begin to relieve and be able to better manage and reframe that high functioning anxiety that has been keeping you from all of these things that you want to actually do. No matter what they are, it will sabotage your efforts in every area of your life. Okay, so that is my discussion on what high functioning anxiety is and how it connects to mindfulness. And that is where I help coach. That's my business. I coach women on creating more mindfulness in their lives in order to help reframe and manage the high functioning anxiety. I do this through one-on-one coaching, private program that is 8 weeks long, or you can do a single 60-minute session. I call it a mindset shift session. It's a tongue twister. And I also have online courses if you are more of a self-paced person, and I keep creating them as every day more stuff is being added to my program. Everything can be found at my website, www.mindfulhealthymaggie.com/links to get you to all of the options. You can just go to mindfulhealthymaggie.com and you will see all of the options there as well. So I'm so excited to have gotten this episode done. It's my first one for most things. So please join me, subscribe to me. Let me know what you think, any topics that you want me to talk about, and I will see you next time.